All right, what is up, guys? VV back with another video. And on today's video, got a special guest. We got Joey from over at HeartPiratesTCG. Joey, how you doing, man?
What's up, guys? We're back with another video.
That's right, another video. And,
Another video.
and we actually got one heck of a cool video today. We got Rosinante versus Purple Luffy. Now, we're going to watch it on 2x speed because it's like a 35-minute video. But yeah, let's go ahead and just dive right into it.
Yeah, I will say I did watch this video on I think it was on Eggman's channel a couple days ago, and I think it's funny is like the dude on the right made so many mistakes, but he was like still in the game for like the entire game. Because like I was telling you like off camera, but like Rosinante has so much potential to be really good.
Yes.
And like Purple Luffy is a part of the Holy Trinity right now. It's Purple
Yes.
Luffy, Sakazuki, and Enel. And Rosinante actually has a fine matchup into like all three of those.
And you know, I randomly tonight at locals, I played against David, who was piloting Rosinante, and it was a very good game. He got a little unlucky with blockers, but at the same time, I'm looking at the deck like this deck has everything it needs to compete in the current meta. Like it has everything.
Yeah. Absolutely. The thing is, like, it has the 8-cost kid that, like, if they don't Katakuri it away, like, Katakuri just, like, loses to it, right? Like, the only answer they have for 8-cost kid is Katakuri. And if they don't see it, like, on time, like, even if they get it late, like, you can put so much you can put so much pressure, and the turn that they use it, it basically skips their turn. Like, they'll swing, like, 5 at life, like, maybe a couple times, but other than that, like, that's it, right? And you know, into what is it called, Purple Luffy. Sorry,
Yeah.
What's up?
I was saying, look at that. He tried to attack the baby 5, but he just blocks out with leader.
Yeah, exactly. And into Purple Luffy, like, you have tons of defense, you have tons of stall, and obviously Purple Luffy will lose to like stall decks because they're a tempo deck. And then obviously Sakazuki, what it has is the Rosinante 2-cost that can prevent things from dying. So yeah. It's got potential.
And let me ask you this, Joey, because you've at least messed with this deck a little bit, right? Right, like played with people who have.
Yeah,
like,
I'm coaching somebody on it, and I'm also going to build the deck.
See, and perfect. Then let me ask you this, because I don't play much blue green Rosinante. They're doing a little search right now, by the way. Got a 7-cost Doflamingo, very nice. But how high would you say the skill ceiling is on this deck? I would think it's pretty high.
One of the highest.
Yeah.
One of the highest, because people keep making mistakes where like you don't have 6 or more cards in hand, so you can't restand them. Or I'm sorry, if you have just 6 or less cards, you can restand them.
Right.
People keep making those mistakes. So sometimes you can't attack with your leader, so you can protect your characters. There's like a lot of like plays that you can make. And like another thing is like that sugar that he just played, it's in the utmost importance unless he like obviously he's gonna I think he's gonna poly here if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's got to take that out.
Yeah, like if you can protect that, it is the most annoying thing in the entire game, and it prevents them from like doing anything. And when you have a 5k blocker that consistently can protect it, it's just like it's like impossible to kill.
Yeah, I want to say that in tonight's game. Yeah, you're right. Like here goes the poly. He's gonna ramp one and KO the. Wait, did he just click?
He's gonna pop the baby 5 for some reason.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Even after, okay, that's really interesting. And I'll say, even tonight when I was playing, I think I either Gadatsu'd or 6-cost Sakazuki'd the sugar because it was like it has to go. It has to go.
It's like it's a card that will literally, especially because they play like the 10-cost Doflamingo, it will literally take over the game because like that like anything that you play a 10-cost Big Mom is now getting frozen. So like you're like you're like skipping like your entire turn essentially, and like you can't deal with it. It's actually like kind of like overwhelming like how much pressure like a sugar can put in if you play it right.
Exactly. And like I think the way that I would have done last turn if I was Purple Luffy here, okay, he's gonna play another Rosinante's gonna play another baby 5 here, Searcher.
Another baby 5. And the thing is like he keeps searching for, he's already searched for 2 7-cost Doflamingos here. And he just bottom deck. He just had the option of searching for a 10-cost Doflamingo with baby 5.
Yeah.
But he thinks for a while and picks up the 7-cost, which I like just don't agree with at all. In no situation, especially because you already have one.
Right.
In no situation is that 7-cost Doflamingo ever going to be better than a 10-cost Doflamingo ever.
And what do you want to bounce? Like against Purple Luffy, what would you want to bounce?
Exactly. The only thing I can even think about bouncing is like poly, but like even then, like then your sugar like just dies instantly, right?
Yeah.
Then he goes ahead and puts 4 on his leader and swings for 9. And here's where he makes another mistake here. He actually has 7 cards in hand, and he actually could not restand his leader.
Wait, did he
actually?
Yeah, and look at that. The judge is getting on to him for removing his Dawn cards from his leader.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, it might not be this turn, or it could be the next turn. I don't remember, but like he has, I think, more than like 7 or more than 6 at one point, so he can't restand his leader. I don't know if it's this turn or the next turn, but look at his hand. He has 3 7-cost Dofis, and he chose that second search to get another 7-cost Dofi when he already had 2.
And what is that? He just is that 5 cost? Okay, that's 5 cost Eustace Kid. Okay,
all art kid right there.
Very nice looking.
Ryan, if you're watching this video, thank you for the present. He gave me one of those for Christmas.
Oh, nice. Ryan, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I was sad he wasn't here.
My protege, Ryan. I love Ryan.
And also, Ryan, if you're did he ever get a play mat?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think I'm gonna give him one of ours for Christmas.
Okay, because I was gonna say, because I had one for him tonight of the VV theory, but if you beat me to it, I won't be upset. I've got like 3 random ones laying around. Nice.
Okay,
two kick counters out of that.
We'll see if he likes. Let's see if he likes ours, and then we'll give it
I'm sure he'll like yours more. Mine's just literally a white and black. You know, you've seen mine.
Yeah, but you're the VV theory.
That's a good point. No arguments here.
You're an actual legend. I make sure I say it every time you walk in the building.
he does. For anyone listening right now, literally every time I go to a locals, no matter which store it's at, Joey literally, is that the VV theory? Every single time.
I don't know why, but I think it's fun. It doesn't not get funny to me.
I love it. Hilarious. Oh yeah, it doesn't upset me one bit. I'm like, yep, that's me. That's me.
Well, it's funny because like sometimes I'll go to events and like I'll be around like our friends at locals and at the events, and people will recognize me and they'll just like laugh. I'm like, bro, like what is funny? I have a relatively like known channel. Like people are gonna recognize me.
And
so he goes ahead and plays real quick. He goes ahead and plays the 5-cost kid, which is the only card in the deck that you actually are okay with bouncing. So like, I agree with that one. But later on, he makes a very questionable decision on what to bounce. So we'll get to that one.
And his opponent knows this, right? Like his opponent knows he had at least 2 of these 7 costs. So.
Absolutely, because you searched for 2 of them, and he already had 1 in hand. So the thing is, like, even a Kaido here, like, it wouldn't be that good because our player on the right literally has not taken a life. So he's swinging with Queen here. Queen swings right into.
Is he trying to bait the attack out from the block out from the leader? There it goes. So that way,
yeah.
Now he can actually attack.
And another thing is, people think that you have to counter out when you block with your leader, but you can legitimately just like take the life.
Just take
like
it.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's already starving for cards right now. Like he has 4 life. Like a kind of like. I don't know, man. Like to me, I feel like it's just like weird to not take like at least 1 life to see what you get. I understand like he thinks he knows what he's gonna play for a while. He goes ahead and plays the poly and then goes ahead and pops the sugar. And like I guess it's gonna get met with another Doflamingo, but like it's still like subpar. Like right here, he could have just played 10-cost Doflamingo and like
the board down.
Yep. Yeah, it could lock the board down, swing 5-7. Like that's like infinitely better. But instead, he chose to get the other Doflamingo, which is just like, I don't know, bro. It's freaking lunacy.
It's a little strange for sure because, like you're saying, like right here, he just got to 10 Dawn. This is his first 10 Dawn turn for Rosinante. And
is it? I thought it was last turn was his 10 Dawn turn too. Either way.
Yeah, I think he just did, but if not, it was either this turn or the last one, and he drops
both
that down.
Both are prime Dofi, yeah. Both are prime Dofi turns, yeah.
And look at it, it'd be like, okay, your leader doesn't untap, your queen doesn't untap. He, like you're saying, he has a 5, his leader and the 7K. He can do anything from there, and he still has 4 life cards because he's been countering so aggressively.
Exactly,
the game would be his, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is too, like even if you play like let's say even last turn was like his 9-cost Kaido turn, he locks not only Kaido, Queen, and Luffy down, but like now like Doflamingo can easily swing into Kaido. Like they're both 10Ks, so like with 2 Dawn on him, he's automatically taking 2 cards out of your hand.
Right. And
yeah,
that was weird. Did you see what the judge did at the top left there? Like when he put the Dawn back, the judge or someone, I'm assuming it's the judge, put that Jinx card on top of it.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like weird. I was when I was watching that like online, I like squinted. I was like, what is he like? What is he doing here?
Very strange. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be watching games. Like I have a hard time sleeping at night, so like I'd be watching games and like I'll be like, what is going on? Like I'm
What?
just
Did you see what he just did?
half asleep.
He just put 3
No.
cards on the bottom and
Oh
2 on top.
yeah, bro. That was hilarious.
I'm not
That's
trying to
what
be
I'm saying,
mean.
bro. No. I was cracking up because I'm like, bro, like, because I was laughing because I was like, he's making like such like weird plays and like mistakes, and he's actually winning this game. Like,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is why I said Rosinante has potential. Like this is crazy, bro.
now I do think that was crazy. Bouncing the queen back to hand. It's like, you know, he's
Yeah.
going to replay that and draw 2, trash 1.
Yeah,
In
like
a
obviously
heartbeat.
you're okay with him like swinging into Doflamingo, or obviously like if you bounce Polly, he can pop your Doflamingo, but
Right.
like it doesn't matter. Like he's still dedicating 7 Dawn to pop a character.
Yeah, and here's the
Which
2 cards he just bounced back. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And look, he just got
exactly.
full value for them.
Yeah, he just got to draw 2 and an extra Dawn from the kid. So like I think that was just like a weird play. And the thing
Yeah.
is like also our Luffy player on the left kept discarding kid. I think that's just a huge mistake.
The 7 cost. Yeah, that card is a
Yeah.
nuisance, man. 7 cost kid is insane.
Like look what he has in his hand. He just has like a bunch of counters and like Gum Rain. Like why would you discard the kid? I feel like the counters are like way less important, especially because you have 2 blockers.
Maybe that's why the Rosinante was prioritizing the 7 cost Dophies. Maybe he was thinking, okay, I'm going to keep pushing this kid back so he gets, you know, because that's your whole turn. 7 cost kid's basically your whole turn. But at the same time, I still think you should have at least gone Dophy.
You don't know he has like the 3rd in his hand. Like
Right. Oh, no, for sure. And I would have gotten the 10 cost Dophy. And see, the first one made sense to get the 7 cost Dophy. Okay, fine. But
I still don't think it does, but I mean either way.
You got to get the 10 cost though at some point, because the 10
That's what I'm
cost is
saying.
your
That's
closer.
card's insane. They
Yeah.
can't they literally don't have an answer for that.
No, there is no answer. Yeah.
When purple does not have an answer for anything that is above 6 cost.
He's swinging
Obviously,
for 5.
obviously, except for like board wipe Kaido, but you can only play that in 2 decks.
Yeah, you can't even play that in purple Luffy.
So he actually sequences this really well. He swings 5 because obviously if he swings with the if they block with queen, then you're swinging into the queens pretty easily. So like he sequenced that well, which
Yeah,
like this guy's making like some like really good plays and like sequencing, and then he's making like just like weird plays. Like right there, he's at 2 life. He doesn't need to tap that kid down.
Did you see the order he did that? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And did you see the order he did that, where he he played out the baby 5, did the search, and then before the search puts the Dawn under the Eustace kid? Like, man,
it's just like a weird. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if Rosinante like piloted by like a really good player, like someone like David, or like even like myself, I'll throw myself in there. I think I'm pretty decent at the game.
Yeah.
I think the sky's the limit for the deck. Like it really can outgrind a Nell. It can like prevent Lucci from, or I'm sorry, a lot of these cards from like killing stuff like Lucci or whatever, in Sakazuki, and then it can just outgrind purple Luffy.
right.
So there's a lot of stuff that like it just can do,
Absolutely. Yeah. And guys, for anyone who is listening, it's not that we're trying to like make fun of these players. We're just legitimately confused on some of the decisions that are being made. It's like, well, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm not really one to like make fun of people for like not like obviously being like great at the game per se. Like right there, that was actually a really good play. He blocked with the Rosinante,
Get the life,
and then instead of discarding 2 cards to counter. So I'm not really one to do that. I will point out like mistakes though, because I think it's really important to like highlight them for you guys.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean everyone obviously has like different skill sets.
Exactly.
But both these players are 2-0 at this point, I'm pretty sure. So like I feel like at a regional or like a treasure cup, like if you're 2-0, you probably should know like at least like sequencing and like right. At least what purple Luffy does, right? I mean, like you have to know like what one of the best decks in the game like wants to do.
Absolutely. And like in this situation, this is the nightmare situation for purple Luffy, right? Where like, okay, he has just untapped all of his Dawn with a Eustace kid, an 8 cost Eustace kid on the board. This is the nightmare situation.
Yeah, this is what you don't want to happen. And the thing is, like, he has so many like blockers right now. Also, I think he plays the wrong blocker here, or maybe like doesn't play a blocker at all. I forget which one. But I'm sorry. Instead of this sounds weird, but instead of playing the baby 5 there, he should have played the Rosinante blocker because he already had one in hand.
The 2 cost Rosinante.
Yeah, so the baby 5, because he could play the baby 5 anytime. Like obviously he was going into a turn where he was like only had 1 blocker, so he was very vulnerable. So he swings 7.
7 in life here.
Yeah, like a bunch of 7s, which I think is pretty good.
Sure.
But yeah, this is and here's where he makes another really good play right here is like, even if he had like sideways characters, I think it's better just attack life because like you're putting him on a clock. When you have 8-cost kid out on the field, like you literally like can't, like you have to like race against the clock unless he'll just kill you. So
Right.
I think he just takes this life right here.
Looks like he's gonna
Oh, I guess
2K
not.
2K out. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I guess 2K 2K 1K.
Yeah, I was gonna say it
He
had to be 3. Yeah.
Well, he should have just blocked with queen right there if he was going to do that. I think he just messed up there. And
And
then here's where I think he plays the baby 5 again. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's where he plays Rosinante. So this is good right here.
and how many cards does he have in his hand?
I think more than he should, so I don't think he can restand himself.
That's what I was thinking, but he did. See, there were some things I did kind of like glance over this. Oh, like he's counting now how many cards I have. He has.
Yeah, so he
It's
can't
like
restand.
7.
This is what I
Yeah.
remember. Like I remember like bits and pieces of this game.
Right, and like you're saying, if he hadn't done the baby 5 search there, which did seem like the right play, but if he hadn't done that, he wouldn't have the 1 extra card right now, and his leader would be standing.
I think he has 7 right here is
Yeah,
what I
he
remember.
does,
Yeah,
yeah.
so and that's what I'm talking about. Like it's like small things like that that like if you like obviously like he has 2 blockers here, which is fine, but like what's the like there's nothing wrong with having 3 blockers because technically it would be better like in the grand scheme of things. Right here, there's like
Oof.
almost he sheep's horn him right here.
Yeah.
Which for those of you guys who know, sheep's horn is a cost 2 dawn -1 to rest a 6 or less, and then obviously he gets a dawn back with kid. But
Yeah.
there's like almost no math where he could like lose right here, because obviously he has a blocker, a wife, and like a ton of cards in hand. So it's just like almost impossible. I want to say.
And he's
I do
for
think
12.
I do think the 12 here is a mistake though, because the 12 just automatically gets met with a block,
Yeah.
rather than like you understand that this is the last game, like this is the last turn, no matter what. So like if you go like 10 10 10 or like 10 8 8 8, like that's just better than like 12 8 8, if
Right.
that makes sense.
Right. And like you're saying, like why even? It's almost like why even overinvest here? But at the same time, if okay, so he does use the 2K the little blocker there, very nice. And now he
Yeah.
only has 5 Dawn left to work with, and he has a handful of cards. He has like we saw, he has 7
Yeah.
cards in hand.
Well, here's where like obviously like obviously he's not going to lose this game from what it looks like, but here's where like if he had a like the Rosinante leader as a blocker, it actually could have made a huge difference because like potentially like he did get his character rested and now he has no blockers. Like he could take that last life for the kid and then obviously just hide behind the kid walls, like which is just like really cool.
Oof. Okay, he just loaded up 5, so he's going to swing. Is that 11 or excuse me 10? 10
That's
at
10 right there.
and that's an easy 0 cost 3K. Trash 1 card, go
Yeah.
+3. I don't remember the name of that one, but that's
It's the new one.
yeah.
It's the Don Quixote one. Yeah, no, so like here, also like the math is a little weird here too, from what I remember correctly. He's in a scenario where he like literally can't lose. The guy has 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
But like you just keep going like, so he keeps swinging 8 here. This is actually what I wanted to highlight here. He keeps swinging 8 here, but you don't need to go 2 over the queen because the queen is just there to block stuff you can't like counter out of.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. He's not at a point in the game where he can like save his guy, and there
Exactly.
he goes.
Like if he blocks with queen, it's literally dying. It's not like like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna block with queen and 2K out. Like it's just not like what it is. So
Exactly. Let me get
yeah,
back
just
to that
like just
little
small
spot.
stuff like that. Small stuff like that is like kind of what you have to realize like towards the end of the game. And I'm not trying to like poo poo on this guy because he just won he's 3-0 at this regionals right now.
Right.
But like like I feel like what I do best with my channel is like I really try to like help people get better.
Absolutely.
And I think commentating on these games and like kind of being hard not only on myself but like on the players like helps you like in the long run like understand that like okay, this is what you need to do to like this is like the mindset you need to have pretty much.
100%. And I just wanted to
Yeah.
pause here so we could even talk about that last spot, just to help people improve. Like you're saying, he has 1 card in hand. He has 2 blockers and 1 life. Who cares about the 10 cost or the 9 cost Kaido? Doesn't matter. So it's like
Yeah.
right here, you just swing for a number that will hit the Luffy. I mean I would probably swing 7, right? So he can't just 2K counter.
Well,
out of
yeah,
1.
you just turn your Doflamingo sideways,
Yep.
and then he literally has to take 1 or block, and then all he can do is 9, right? Like
Exactly.
the best he can get up to is 9. So you put a Dawn on Kid, and then you swing into him. And the thing is, towards the end of the game, especially if you're not guaranteed the game at the end, like if it's still in question,
Right.
you want to dedicate as little Dawn as possible to attacking to gauge what your opponent does. And if they do something you don't expect, you still have like 9 or 10 Dawn to be able to like change your play to be so you don't just like lose. So like a lot of people, what they do is they'll commit like heavily into like let's say like they'll put like 4 Dawn on like let's say like a brand new or something like that,
Yeah.
instead of and swinging 7, when they could just put 2 Dawn on their leader and swing 7. And like if they counter out, it's the same counter either way, but now you have 2 extra Dawn to play with to change your play.
Exactly, and I think I've heard both. You know, just like watching other people's YouTubes and stuff. I think I've heard Will to Win Gaming and even Cross AI use the expression low commitment. You want to use these low commitment plays. Commitment being low Dawn, right? Like you don't want to commit too much Dawn to the play. Feel it out first with as low of a commitment as you can, so that way you can optimize your play, and you can also just, how would you say it? Like, you know, you could you
can change the play depending on what they do.
Exactly. You can play off their mistakes.
A really good example of this is I actually didn't know that like Cross and Will said that, but I mean we're in good company if we think the same way,
Absolutely.
right? I mean those are 2 great players.
Absolutely.
But a really good example of this is I'm like right before we hopped to this call, I was editing one of my videos, and Mark, he was playing a Nell. He swung 7 at naked swung 7 at life with his Sakazuki, or I'm sorry, not a Sakazuki, his Nell, his character. Yeah. And him and I were talking about it in the game because like we knew what he was going to do, and he was like, depending on what you do, I can change all of my plays.
That's
and
right.
I was like, it's smart. Like you have no commitment here, and obviously the only reason that you wouldn't do that is if you're playing around triggers that they are likely to have. Like back in the day in set 4, if you're attacking into Crocodile, you know they play 3,000 Worlds in Red Rock.
That's
so
right.
you have to play accordingly to that. But against decks like Purple Luffy that have literally no triggers that can impact characters, it's like you have to do as little Dawn commitment as possible.
Exactly. Well, guys, that was an awesome video. Joey, always appreciate you, and you know, I'm sure we're gonna have you on the channel much more in the future. You know how that goes.
Absolutely, hopefully.
Yeah. So, guys, please, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please leave, you know, any kind of comments or questions you have in the comment section below. And Joey, is there any kind of plug you want to do at the end here? Because you know I'm going to link your video or link your YouTube in the comments.
Yeah, man. Yeah, those guys who haven't really checked out my channel, I've been doing a lot of like diverse videos recently, but all One Piece obviously, but I do a lot of like master classes on like, you know, like simple stuff like how to apply pressure and like, you know, how to beat certain decks, and then I post like matches and like deck profiles of decks I really believe in, and just like stuff like that. I'm more focused like towards like I would say more meta and like getting better at the game, and like more informative like I guess like tutorials and like guides.
Yeah.
But if you guys like that, just feel free to check me out. HeartPiratesTCG, it's gonna be in the description most likely. But
That's
yeah,
right.
man, big fan of obviously VV Theory. Him and I go to the same locals, so we just hit it off from like day one. So
it's been a blessing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, really has.
Well, there you go, guys. Definitely check out Joey's channel if you haven't already. There's a good chance you have, even if you know, if you're watching mine, there's a good chance you know about HeartPiratesTCG. Definitely check that out. He's got some great tutorial stuff on there. And that's about it, guys. Till next time. Peace.